I've been a teacher for 10 years. This is my 11th year. I went to TCC for 2 years and got my associates, and then after that I transferred to Northeastern State University and got my bachelor's in education in Spanish. Well, actually I fell in love with French first. I had a 9th grade French teacher, and from that moment on, like the very first day of school, I knew I wanted to be a language teacher. Basically between 9th and 12th grade I thought I wanted to be a French teacher, and then I started taking Spanish my junior year in high school and took it for 2 years. Took a placement test at TCC and got into intermediate French, so I got 12 hours at TCC for all my French background, and then I got 1 class of Spanish, so then I started studying both at the same time at TCC, and after that I kind of made a decision that there's not a lot of French teaching jobs, so I just flipped and did Spanish. My favorite Hispanic food. There's too many to name. Let's see. In Spain, I really like tortilla española. In Mexico, I'm a fan of flan and street tacos. In Puerto Rico, definitely arroz con leche. In Cuba, the Cuban sandwich is one of my favorite, but also, I was going to start speaking Spanish, sorry. I like black beans and white rice, but it has to be Cuban black beans and white rice. So this is my first year to teach at Bishop Kelly, and I'm loving it. It's amazing, awesome experience. So for the last 10 years I taught at Broken Arrow Public Schools. First year I had to travel between 2 schools. I was a middle school Spanish 1 teacher for 6th graders, and I taught at Centennial and Childers. Then an opportunity came up to teach at the high school, and so I taught the last 9 years at Broken Arrow High School, teaching various levels, Spanish 1, Spanish 2, Spanish 3. I even taught an online class and created a class for native speakers. I love to travel, and part of that has been traveling to different countries. Been to France about 4 times, Spain about 4 times, Italy, Austria, Germany. I would love to go to Latin American countries, Venezuela, Argentina. I've taken student trips twice, once to Italy/Spain and once to France/Spain, and we have one this year planned for students who are interested in going to Spain. Miss Monhoot, Miss Gable, hopefully they can travel with us. So one of my, I guess you could say on my bucket list is a travel trip to pretty much every country that speaks Spanish. That's on my to-do list. So far I've only been to Spain, and I love it because Spain is where I practiced and got better at my Spanish. But I would love to start at the bottom of Mexico and then travel all the way through Central America and then go through South America and end up in like Argentina and then hopefully go to the Caribbean. It really helped my Spanish because one thing that I'm not a native speaker, so I am definitely someone who has learned the language through classroom, and I will tell you that I didn't feel comfortable even speaking Spanish. I mean, I had a degree in Spanish education, and I didn't feel comfortable speaking Spanish till I actually went out of the country and had to use my Spanish. I've been in Spain many times, and just a variation of times, like 10, 15, 20 days at a time. So in my free time, other than speaking Spanish and doing anything related to Spanish, like watching TV and listening to music in Spanish, I have 2 kids, and so I spend a lot of time with them. I used to be in Taekwondo, and I have a blue belt in Taekwondo. I'm trying to get my black belt, but it'll be a couple years. What else? My son's in Taekwondo. My husband's a 4th degree black belt. We basically just spend time together, hanging out. I like to run and work out. Ooh, that good?
Yeah.
She should have said church, but
All right.
I just guessed that was us soon.